Right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the continuation of this particular race. I wholeheartedly apologise for the break in the stream. Certainly I had a family emergency I had to deal with just at the same time that my wife actually came home so she could take over the family emergency. So it leaves me to continue the hour and a half remaining of this particular race. Because I've rejoined the session, it means my race feed box now works. But let's have a look at who's where now, as we've... oh dear, Doug's had a bit of a problem, as he's just come into the pits and a long way off the tail of the field. But Berserker continues to lead the way in the LMP1s. So I'm just checking that the stream has resumed properly. Like all is well. So Berserker, Wartime and Yorkie still in their particular position, but Wartime now, wow, that's determined. They're coming through turn one. Wartime now right with Berserker, so Wartime nearly into the 36s. Looks like the Toyota really getting up into his particular rhythm. Yorkie rather is 12 seconds behind, or 11 seconds behind his teammates, so quite some way down, but Lucas is right on his tail. So battle for third at the moment. Lama Louis has also got a few more penalties on the board than when we left it previously. So I mean, again, these penalties become fairly fairly washed out essentially before the end of the race due to the length of it. But sometimes they are, meaningful with. If you're right in a close battle and you've got a few seconds worth of penalties, it can really impact you. As Logan, the LMPs, has had a pretty bad run as well. Wasn't looking away. It's that bad. His pit crew is not even with him. So that could be the end of his particular run. Challenging the back of Garkey. Well, he's very good indeed in the LMP2s. Oh, we've lost another couple. Crop's gone and Blastalot has gone. That's one of our Astons, and oh dear, Goey's gone. Are we seeing a mass disconnect, I wonder, going on? You have a lot of people retire very suddenly like that. It can be the kind of foreshadowing of a mass disconnect, but it looks like it's just those three retiring in very, very short order. 19 cars then remain. Only 3 of our LMP2s. Hello, Baltic, good to see you. Your boy is indeed leading the way in the LMP2s once again. Being 8th overall. And leading the GTEs is still Empower, but only 2 seconds now ahead of Bo. He had a much stronger lead than that before the stream ended previously. So now Logan is just about gotten away. So wow, he must have had a huge incident. Could have also been contributing to the previous retirements. Lucas still on the back of Yorkie. That is for 3rd position overall. Wow. 37.7 then for Lucas last time around. 38.4 for Yorkie. 38.3 for Warm Tyre. 37.9 for the lead Audi. Hello Nunu, welcome back. So here we are with fuel then, as our front runners are starting to get a little dry on fuel. There you just saw Warm Tyre in the background of that shot. Berserker with 12 litres on board, Toyotas with 22 litres. There's our Porsches, 23 litres in the Porsches. Of course the Audis do have smaller tanks. Wow, 36.8. Go on then, Nunu, enlighten me. How did you get disconnected? Did you hit that big red button after qualifying? Oh dear. Smolder. Corvette minding his own business. Oh no! That's TPW! There's Pickle Wickle that's off into the dust at turn 6. Oh dear. I've done the same thing, my friend. I've hit that big red button as well. Oh, No, the right click effort. Yeah, well, same effect. I've done that in a stream before, in an endurance race with 30 minutes to go. It had been an absolutely epic race, and I accidentally nudged a button on my wheel that was still bound to the escape key, or effectively what the escape key is. And at the same time, I'd hit enter or space to confirm it. I was pretty annoyed about that. I can imagine you did make a pretty big screen. You have my sympathies, Nunu. It happens to us all, my friend. Okay. Shouldn't need to... Oh, wow, that's Yorkie and Lucas swapping position. And that Audi has been bearing down on the Toyota for a while. Oh, goodness me, Yorkie was not happy about that. Dives on the inside of turn 1. Oh, Carbon Gutter, we have indeed lost your Black Ford from the race as well. That's not good. But I'm glad I was able to return to the stream. So the emergency going on. What was the emergency? My youngest, my 4-year-old, unfortunately is not very well and was, shall we say, making some rather unhealthy noises in the next room. And because my wife was out at the time, I had to I didn't know what was the situation was going to be. But then my wife got home literally a moment after I ended the stream. Oh, we've lost Logan. That's another LMP2. We only have 2 of them left. WhatsApp, or Astrid Aslani, and Zenny. Oh, hello, Joey. Glad you could make it to the stream. We're losing numbers. We're losing quite a few. We're down to 18 now. Oh, that's Spud, I think, getting out of the way. It is indeed. Hello, Cosmics. Welcome back to you, Ian. Thank you, everybody, for coming back to... oh, why, thank you, Cosmics. That's very kind of you to say so. Like I said, I'm just glad I was able to actually get the stream back up and running. Very glad to have you guys return to us. Berserker then makes his way past that Zenny. As I think, yeah. Is that now? I can't remember which one the Honda was. No, we lost the LMP2 Honda. So one tie is still only a couple of seconds off the lead. Still some way to go. I make no apologies for the fact that I'm munching on chocolate whilst I'm streaming to you this evening. With my youngest being ill, it's been a little bit stressful recently. So my wife thankfully brought home some chocolate. Another one that fell victim to the dreaded disconnection. A great shame, but welcome here nonetheless. There's Marauder. Let's have a look at our GTEs. We haven't looked at our GTEs for a while. M-Power lead, but only by 2 seconds. Bo has been really that Corvette back in. That's top 2 in the LMPs at the moment, and the GTEs rather. Welcome back, Smoking Puppy. Of course we did. Yeah, there's a lot of me. I need to keep check. Marauders 33 seconds back. Oh, Lucas and Warntime. Sorry, Lucas and Yorkie are back battling again. This is what it looks like in the Audi when you've got a lot of traffic around you. It's pretty damn terrifying. Especially for the one being passed when you have to stream of... oh no, F1 Race is in trouble. The Porsche is off into the wall. Where is that? Oh, it's down at turn 7, the Ford curve. Oh dear, oh dear. That's gifted the Aston. 4th position. Wow. Top 2 GTEs are 3 seconds ahead of the rest of the field. Hello, Dakusa. And Reading FC. That's actually... Reading is where I'm from. So, why is a guy called BMW in a Chevrolet? That, sir, is called irony. Nice one, Smoky Puppy. Yep, I'm actually Reading born and bred, so I know precisely where Reading FC are based, in the Dirty Stadium. Been around it, never actually in the Dirty Stadium. Lucas is getting close to Yorkie again. It's hovering around about a second again. Darwin's got a lot of friends around him. He's keeping getting the blue flag running. There he goes. A little worn tyre that's just flying past him. I'm not often going to get that chant said at me, Reading FC, but thank you for that nonetheless. He's one of our own. You can see the marker that pops up next to the name. Oh, wow, that was close to Zenny's tail. Zenny was absolutely in the right there. Brendan Lee is from that region, from that area, yes. Oh, wow, look at that. It was Yorkie jumping on the inside of... Astrid Aslani. But that's actually helped him get a little bit of distance, I think, between himself and the Audi of Lucas. 2 hours flight and 4 hours of a drive away. I'm a good couple of hours west of Reading these days. Worn tyres getting close to the race lead. You just saw Berserker actually jump out at the bottom of the shop. Oh, stay there. Stay there, Bo. There is the GTE leader. So the GTE 1 and 2 and the LMP1 1 and 2s are pretty close together. As the LMP1 3 and 4 are pretty close together as well. That's an unfortunate place to catch someone coming through. Luke Schumacher S's. Safely navigated nonetheless. Oh! 1.6 litres in the tank. Yes, that'll be why Berserkers come in. Sorry, Nunu, just polished it off. I think these cars are a tad big for navigating Monaco. You'd end up with a situation like Macau. If someone had a problem, they'd block the road. Thank you, Fael, and yes, I was okay. My youngest is not very well, but at the point that I ended the stream was exactly when my wife came home. LMP2 front runner. Only 2 LMP2s left, but LMP2 leader, as he has been all race long, gets into the pits then with 2.1 litres left in the tank. We assume that... Oh, interesting that Astrid Aslani has got a fair amount of fuel still on board. Berserker then. He only took 50 litres on. Huh. Whoa, that's determined. He didn't want to hang around getting back on the case. One tyre then leads the race with 10 litres still on board. Yorkie in second with 11. He's now 5 seconds. Wow, Lucas has had a problem coming through the traffic or has made his own mistake. But Lucas will have to come in with only 2 litres on board. What kind of chocolate was it? Cadbury's Footballs. The irony with you mentioning your name there, Reading FC. They are Cadbury's Footballs. Brown chocolate wrapped in a white chocolate shell. Rather nice. Not usually much of a chonky monster, but if I'm given a bag, I'm not going to turn it down. Topped off with a 2 litre bottle of Iron Brew. And yep, Lucas comes in, as I thought he would. With almost identical amount of fuel that Berserker had when he had his stop. Back up to racing speed. One tyre is going to be good for probably another 3 laps, I'd have thought, before he reaches. What are the GTEs sitting at the moment? 25 litres for the Corvette, I would imagine would be similar. 24.6 for the Ford, 29 for the BMW, need to see the Mercedes then, 27 for the Aston, 29 for the Porsche, 31 for the second Corvette. 32 for the, I think TBW's already been in. 68, so Darbu definitely has been in. At some stage. Stop for Lucas. It is indeed a Toyota 1-2 at the moment. Berserker now gone through into third, with Lucas taking on fuel. Can you make a 3-word review for my season so far? Not going well. Well, that'll be Hendricks. He's our sole surviving Aston. Apex on the racing. Nice one. Nice one there, Reading FC. Yorkie getting into the 37s last time around. Yorkie's up 25 litres on that. Wind? No, there we go. I was just thinking that fuel gauge is lying to me somewhere along the line. 37.1 for Yorkie. Wow, there is pace in that Toyota yet. We've only seen the 36s, I think, come from Berserker so far. Of course, I did miss a portion of the race, unfortunately, but we are back here. Oh, bouncing off the exit of Vidal there. Into last turn. Curve. What does Berserker get on the board? A 37.4 as the second LMP2 of Astrid Aslani comes in. So one of the 2 Corvettes comes down in the background. So it's Smolder or Darby. And it was no. Doesn't look like there's any damage on the LMP2, but it's not always clear to tell from an outside perspective. No, we didn't have Scott at the beginning of the race, unfortunately. He was right up there towards the sharp end of the... Oh, that's an interesting way for the fuel man to reappear. One of the Audis screaming past. Oh, wow, Berserker dancing through the GTE's bow in the distinctive red, white and blue Ford. With, I'm assuming it's TBW in the Porsche. It is indeed. F1 Racer is in the other one. Good, what is it, 40-something seconds down the road between the 2 Porsches. What's that? It's still... blast a lot. Glad you could make it to the chat, sir. Shame we can't see you. Oh, that's stalled! That's not going to help you. Oh, Lucas is on the move. So the fastest first sector time. As Louis comes in. So we are a different strategy to the rest. And Spudbuster, if he is. Spud get himself on the penalty board just now? Oh, if he did, he's extended it 6 seconds then. That's a long way down the pit lane for Louis. Where is Ty? He's going to have to come in soon. I would think 2 laps at absolute best before he decides to bring that in. It was an interesting race yesterday with the GT3s. The Nurburgring Nords combined. I myself was commentating the Tier 2s for PT with this map. Got Thompson to join me in the commentary box yesterday, which was rather good fun. One of the Toyotas. Andrew said he was feeling rather unwell before the race and is pressed on as we fast approach the halfway stage in this race as lap 33 has commenced from worn tyre. I wouldn't be at all surprised to see him in at the end of this lap. To top up that ever drying up fuel tank, there was Yorkie, a couple of extra litres, so he could stretch out another lap. He so fact, that's a strange place to find a road cone, that far down the start-finish straight. Stranger things have happened, like how the white part of the Speedo is going that far round. That's unless you have exceedingly long pedals, that's rather an odd one. Zerka, former race leader, 43 seconds behind current race leader of War Tyre. That's one of the Porsches, well, both Porsches indeed, so Spudbuster and Brzancic are actually fairly close together on track, but are a lap, at least a lap apart. Position-wise, because if it's about a lap. Oh, was that? Saw some tyre smoke behind there. I see you're very much a Scott supporter there, Reading FC. That's... Oh, no, don't want to do that. Damn you, right click. At least I know I can jump back in. Oh, worn tyre. Wow, with a 36.5. I didn't see that. Oh, that was a bit of a last-minute jump into the pit lane. I think he got kind of rather absorbed by the battle ahead of him. Very, very easy to do. Pit lane limiter is so far back on this pit lane. So that is going... Yorkie continues. I had a feeling he might, because he did just have a little bit more fuel to be able to continue. That is probably Brzancic. No, that's Spudbuster. No? I don't know who that is then getting out of Garky? Yes! I forgot there was a third Porsche there. Oh, got you there, Reading FC. So Yorkie then takes over the lead of the race. One tyre has found his... That's an amazing fuel guy. There goes Berserker, jumps back up into second. That's a problem, One Tyre. You've only got 9 litres on board. You kinda didn't get that one right, my friend. That's... Yeah, that's not gone well. Oops, as he then goes a little bit wide in the exit of turn 2. So we'll see One Tyre back in the pits again very, very shortly. Vickers comes across the line then. He is 25 seconds behind One Tyre, so One Tyre will lose that 4th position. Come pit stop time. Oh, not if you do that. That is going to boil your rear tyres. Should have taken traction control off to be able to spin that one around. That's very easy for me to say from the commentary box. But when you're kind of rushing to try and get out of the way of turn 1, then it's easy to forget. As Yorkie brings his car in from the lead. Zerka then, where is he? He is coming through the Hatzbergsborgen. Speed also will absolutely retake the lead once Yorkie finds his mark. Another pit crew out. Could well be for One Tyre again. And it's going to be... Where's the teleporting fuel man? Me and Andrex. Oh, there he is. And One Tyre's in again. Berserker then retakes the lead as Spudbuster brings the Porsche in. Oh wow, we're less than a litre on board. We're pushing that. We've seen this a few times this season, where people are really running the fuel tanks dry. I'd imagine they want to kill me after a very short period of time there, Stevie. fully tank the car. Is one tire's taking on more fuel this time. More comfortable when you're driving and listening to commentary. Well, blimey. That's talent there, because I thought that would be exceedingly distracting. Yorkie then returns literally right behind Lucas. Now, Lucas didn't do himself any favours with that spin into turn 1. Yorkie is around about a second behind him, so he's going to have some work to do. One time then comes back out with the correct amount of fuel in his car. Thrustmaster then gets off the jacks and away he goes, and the Porsche will resume in 6th position. Oh no, beg your pardon, Garki's just gone through into 6th. So, and he comes in 7th. Social comment isn't 8 and screaming. Well, wow, 36 treble 9 from Berserker last time. What does he do this time? 37-7. Still very impressive. I'm certainly a bit older than 8. I add a 3 on at the beginning of that, so you've got my age. But I do sometimes scream a lot. Now that I can't guarantee that I don't. Sticking with our GT3s again. I knew it. GT3s. Again, the gap between the top 2 of the GT3s is not very far. So, Bo's had a mistake. Yeah, I saw the. Oh, that's a big one. That's a very big mistake then at the Schumacher S's. Not looking keen to get underway either. Okay, another dancing car. What's that? Because that's a little bit disorientating. It looks like we've lost one of the GTEs. Yep, there he goes. Bo is out. What a shame from a commanding second. So that leaves now nearly a full minute for M-Power at the head of the GT field. That's how our map looks. So it's pretty spread out now. Low. And Yorkie are still fairly close together, although Lucas getting a 36.9 on the board. There is the Toyota of Yorkie. That gap is getting very, very close. There we go, now getting into a second gap. It's going to be a battle yet again. It's getting a little close. Dances around. Andrex there. Up into 3rd now in the Aston. Lends himself 11 seconds or so down the road from the M6 of Marauder. But M-Power is so far along the road. GTEs look like they're getting a bit light on fuel, and the F1 races come in. That's quite early, but it is over halfway. Near as damn it, on the halfway mark. So he will be fueling up to the end of the race. Again, the GTEs will quite comfortably do any of our endurance races on a single stop. There's our teleporting fuel man again. He's been busy. Oh, that's Daewoo gone. Another of our GTEs out. Daewoo, as we rejoined the session, was having a lot of work done, so now down to 16 cars. There is Marauder. So Lucas comes storming past in the Audi. 1.3 separates Lucas and Yorkie as we are now. Limit line is pretty much. We'll try and catch it as the GTs come in. You might see it actually from drop a wall with Yorkie slightly further ahead. But it is. Can we see it? Yeah, there. That line that Yorkie crossed there, I believe, is the pit limit line. Comes F1 racer. is unfortunately a lap down from the rest of the GT field, but presses on nonetheless in the Porsche. Oh, Lucas is getting close to Yorkie now. Oh, sliding through turn 2 for Lucas. I think, is that TBW? Nope. That is there for... I've forgotten who the other Porsche is. Oh, it must be F1 Racer then. There's only 2 of them left. I was still thinking there were 3. On board with Lucas. Oh, he didn't have a good run through 6 and 7 there. Down to the Dunlop curve once again. We'll be in the kind of management phase, so to speak, for probably another 40 minutes, 40 to 45 minutes, and then everybody will turn everything up to 11. Hello, Boomer Squad. You are correct. This is the Nurburgring in Germany, on the same side as the Nordschleife. Oh, wow, Lucas gets very close to Yorkie coming through the Vidal. Barely hear the Audi's engine, just hear that screaming Toyota. Rounding away. That's how they use their curves. Energy makes all the difference in these things. Oh, Yorkie, that's not how you go through turn 1. Turn 1 is catching a lot of people out. It's quite an aggressive gradient change, and Lucas goes for a dive. Big old squirt of curves there, but he's going to try and do a switch back through 3 and 4. He's going to be shoved wide through 5. He had to get out of that. Couldn't get the traction where he needed it, and remains in 3rd position. We'll definitely be keeping an eye on these 2 though. So now catch up to what I believe now is TBW. Ooh, Lucas nearly slams into the back of the Porsche. Hello, Linholtz. Good to see you. Through the Dunlop again. Streaming up through the Schumacher S's once more. It's just read your name and said it again. Lucas was about 6 tenths quicker than Yorkie last time around. Berserker minding his own business up front. Berserker's lost about 20 seconds actually, so he has made a mistake. As our GT's leaders now, I looked away at the wrong moment. As Yorkie was slow coming through the Hansbergsborgen, side by through to the feed. Oh, wow! Yorkie trying his best to hang on to that. But no such luck. Lucas had the commanding position, and that is Brzancic bringing his Porsche in, we just saw on the side of the shot. So that's the Audi then up to 2nd. Audi 1-2, Toyota 3-4, Audi 5, Porsche 6, 7 and 8. So our GT leader is in. He can pretty much sit there for a while. Hello, Gigatti1, and hello to all else in the chat as well. Oh, Lucas has made a mistake. He's back in 3rd. As I looked away, keeping an eye on how much time M-Power was in there, as Marauder brings the M6 in. Lucas has lost that 2nd place. Here comes the M6 then with 3 litres on board. 88 litres for the Corvette should be plenty enough to get him to the end. Andrex is in the Aston with 1.7 left in the tank. So M-Power indeed coming back out without losing the lead as I thought he might. There is Zenny, our 2 LMP2s. And Lucas has got to close down Yorkie again after whatever mistake he made before. Berserker continues to press on out front. You can see on the map, you can see where Berserker is with the marked arrow. He's coming through 67 now, and where the 2 white dots are at the top of the map, that is the gap visually between Berserker and Yorkie and Lucas. As he jumps, as Berserker jumps around Astrid Aslani. Yes, Lindholt. Index did indeed get a time penalty, only a small one. See if our time penalties have changed. 1 for Mama Louie, 3 for Agaki, 6 for Spud, 1 for Zenny, and 1 for Andrix. Not particularly. Out comes the M6 with a full tank. That's a bit excessive. And Andrix has jumped the M6. That'll be down to how much fuel he took on board. Unless, well, no, that must have been damage because Andrix was sufficiently behind, even with 10 litres difference. Andrix would still have been behind the M6 if it was fuel alone, so Marauder must have had some damage to fix. So he's lost that, what is now third, as Smolder is up to second, but he will have to come in very, very soon. That's a net second then for the Aston. Yorkie at 37.4 and Lucas at 40.7, so he lost over 3 seconds in that gap. He's closed it back down to around 2 now. So that battle is not done. Warm Tyre is now less than 10 seconds behind Lucas. Wow, he is pushing hard. He's sliding his way through the Kumo curve and through the bit curve. There's Zenny. We really haven't looked at our LMP2s because there really hasn't been a lot of points. There's only a pair of them. I mean, no disrespect to either of our remaining LMP2 runners, but it's just they haven't been fighting anybody. It must have been such a long race for them. Oh, as the Toyota nearly slams into the back of our sole surviving Corvette of Smolder. That's also a yellow Corvette, I beg your pardon. Of course, M-Power is leading the way in the blue one. Why are the numbers for positioning in red? They are the ones denoting a penalty. So those in red have got a penalty, as described here. And those without red in their name do not have a penalty. Through 6 and 7 once again for Lucas. Wow, he was deep in 6. That's going to compromise his run through 7. Less than 50 minutes to go. Our drivers and particularly our LMP runners will have to start thinking about where they're going to be post second pit stop. None of the LMP ones will make it with their fuel. The Audis definitely won't. The Toyotas almost certainly won't. They'll go fairway. So with 49 minutes remaining and around about 49 litres on board, they will not make it. LMP2s, what have they got on board? They've got about 40, so I would imagine we'll see them in again. Our GTEs absolutely will not be in again, because they've got fuel tanks the size of a country. M-Power continues to lead by 40 seconds. Smolder will... I would imagine he's going to bring that yellow Corvette in now. Well, now, this lap. Very much on his own, 33 seconds ahead of Andrex, but of course he's going to drop back behind Andrex and Marauder come pit stop time. And you can actually see on the lap time, oh, this is slightly skewed because, you know, obviously Andrex and Marauder didn't stop in the same place. Wow, Smolder, that's determined. No, the pit line, the pit limiter line is where those tyres are. It's roughly where I was pointing out, or I was trying to point out when we were on board with Yorkie a few laps ago. So in comes the yellow Corvette of Smolder. Curious to see how much fuel he takes on board. Lucas and Yorkie still having their battle for second. Overall, the more these guys fight, the more Berserker gets away. Both of, actually, second, third and fourth, Yorkie, Lucas and Warm Tyre all in the 36s. Warm Tyre the fastest of the bunch. 6 seconds to close down with 47 minutes to go. Not at all impossible. And on down towards Kumiko again. Oops. As CPW brings his Porsche in as well with a 2.4 in the tank. Hendricks is indeed up to second, but he lost a second to Marauder. Last lap. 55.2 for him, 54.5 for the Corvette, and 54.2. So the quickest GTE was indeed Marauder. We'll see if he is able to maintain that pace, whether Andrews can find some more pace out there. Thank you, Fayal. That's kind of you to say. Thank you, Reading FC. Always appreciative of the kind comments. Warntide is now 6 seconds behind this battle. He has been pressing on 36.8 for Warntide, closed in half a second on the back of Lucas. Berserk had a bit of a slow one. Slower one at least. I've driven everything in the game with my various Project Cars challenges. Shameless plug, but details on my channel. Please feel free to go check it out. And I always struggled with how much visibility these LMP1s had. As they come past Empower. Ooh, Lucas, a little bit squirrely coming through Schumacher S's, but is nailed to the back of the Toyota now. As Brzancic brings his Porsche in again. The measurement for fuel is just litres. Oh wow, Lucas just dumped his Kurz battery there as they work their way past the Porsche. Oh, Lucas! He had to hit the brakes hard there to prevent slamming into the back of Yorkie. That's cost him a few tenths there. And he's probably going to be a little slower to get some more power back into the battery. Yorkie is a wise old head there. He'll know to just keep his cool and keep on going. Order is getting close to Andrex. Rather saw this coming. That M6 has had amazing pace all race long. But they are, you know, M-Power, absolutely fabulous. Now over a minute ahead of Andrex, and we saw the winner of our race in the T2 in Tier 2 for yesterday's GT3 race. That's the sentence I aimed for, I just got the right characters in the wrong order. Was a minute ahead of everybody else. That was 11 laps of the Nord's Nurburgring combined. This one going on a bit longer, and again we're seeing a similar gap up front. Andrex doing his best to keep the pace, but he is going to really struggle. Really? that's a little concerning there, Reading FC, but yeah, thank you for that nonetheless. That's certainly not what my channel's about. It's looking set to make a move on the Aston, and I doubt Andrex is going to fight him too much. Andrex knows the pace. Yeah, that's the one, Stevie. Marauder's going to look at the inside of one. No, that was very close. Just about avoids slamming into the back of the Aston. Yeah, I'll give that a try actually, post-stream, Reading FC. Thanks for that. Out of the Mercedes arena again through 4. We're just about hanging on to the black stuff there for Marauder. Marauder with a 53.7 against the 54.5 from Andrex. Here comes one tyre, I think that is. No, it's not. That's Yorkie coming past. We jump on board with Andrex. You see in the monitor in the bottom right hand corner, I can't move this interface out of it. Yeah, absolutely ridiculous. Good call. Here comes the next LMP, and that's what it looks like when they come screaming past. Oops, that's Lucas overcooked that into the Kumo. Of course, the LMP ones are offline. Oh, that's a big old slide there from Marauder. I do like the sound of these two cars, the Aston and the M6. Oh, that's a diving worn tyre. Yeah, I thought that was going to happen. Worn tyre should have really hung on to that a little bit. He should have waited. He didn't want to lose any time because he has been closing in on Lucas and Andrex ahead. But that's going to cost him time almost certainly, and certainly put Marauder off. M-Power has got himself a penalty now. That'll be a 1 second one, yeah. because he's going to lose 1 second out of his mighty 1 minute 11 lead. He will be devastated. Oh, you saw the WEC at Silverstone. I saw. I was there for the Formula 1's race, and of course the weekend racing that went on. So I got really burnt and boiled. As Spudbuster gets another penalty. He's now up to 8. But he's a lap ahead of Brezantic, so he's not in immediate danger position-wise. But of course, if he's only 4 seconds behind Esgarki, so he'd have to overhaul that by at least 8 seconds at the moment to try and gain that 6th place. Zerko then has lost a little bit of lead on Yorkie, but not too bad. Esgarki is in. 4 litres then left in the Porsche. He comes from 7th position. MotoGP was rained off. Hello there, Axper4. Apologies if that's not pronounced correctly. Welcome to the stream. And there's our teleporting fuel man again. And wait for it. Take one amount of fuel. Shouldn't have to take on too much because there's only 40 minutes of the race left. But oh wow, he's not wanting to cut this too dry. Whee! There we go. Took on a full tank. That's probably actually about right for the LMP. Oh, he actually ran over the fuel man as well on his way out. What's the battle for second? Going and Ike in the LMP1s. Lucas then. There is the battle for second in the LMP1Hs. Screaming on down towards the Dunlop chicane. The Audi does appear to have had the pace on the Toyota, but consistency letting him down. Only 17 litres left for Lucas. Well, Berserker's going to have to come in as well. Yorkie, he could try to do some fuel saving. He did make the fuel strategy work brilliantly well in Monza. I think it's going to be a little bit too much. In comes Zenny. Now that's interesting. He's at 25 litres still in the tank. Why is he coming? I mean, he's a lap he's over a lap ahead of Astrid Aslani, so he can pretty much just kind of sit there and have a coffee and still come out in the lead. But wow. An interesting one there for Zenny. Can't really see why he's come in, but back to the battle for second in the GTE class. You see the Porsche stayed behind the Aston there, which is the far safer way of navigating past the GTEs when you're at a point like that. Next Porsche coming through. Curious on Zenny. I'm assuming he must have had damage on the car. Maybe he had engine damage, of course the one we can't see because the car looks absolutely mint. As soon as it just come out of the showroom. He took on fuel, took on a lot of fuel indeed. I would imagine he would have had to have come in at some point, but maybe he just felt like getting the pit stop out of the way and then just pushing on to the end. Welcome back, Nunu. Yep, we are down to 16. And Berserker is in. He's now 13 litres in the tank. So could have gone on for a while yet. What's Yorkie down to? I'm curious to see how much he's actually using. I'm curious to wonder whether Yorkie's on try and fuel save. I can't see that he'll be able to fuel save enough. Quick splash and dash then for Berserker. He won't be there too long. 13 litres still there. He'll take on probably... Well, you'll probably tank it. And then just go absolutely flat until the end. Because deciding to press on. There is Yorkie, who now takes over the race lead. There's one time, let's not forget about him. I would imagine the Toyotas have got to come in for a splash and dash. I just cannot see that they'll be able to fuel save enough. There's 35 litres in the tank now with 37 minutes still to do. LMP2 uses 4 litres a lap. Wow, that seems exceedingly high. Well, I'll tell you what, let's wind on board with Zenny, who's been blitzing the LMP2 field all season long. So he had 72 near as damn it when he crossed the line. Through turn 1. Lucas is on the tail of Yorkie as well by nearly a second, so if that one gets good, we'll jump to that one. Through the Mercedes Arena, through 2. Oh, that car just did not want to get to the apex of 3 at all. Through 3. Coming through 4 and 5. One of the Porsches ahead. As Lama Louie comes in from the 5th position. Ooh, Porsche steady. Ooh, that's close. And it makes me wince when they get that close. They probably are very comfortable with it. It just looks bad from my perspective. Into the Dunlop curve. Now through the Schumacher S's. Oh, Bo's gone into the wall. Well, we saw him facing the wrong way and then disconnect, so... Well, I don't know that he hit the wall, but he certainly ended up facing it. Berserker, fastest sector 3, so Berserker is pressing on. Here's one of the Porsches. Into the Vidal chicane. Wow, there was a massive snap of oversteer there from whichever Porsche's just gone past us. That's just over 2 litres. In fact, near as damn it 3 litres for the LMP2s. There's Yorkie. Has he got 32? Yeah, he does. 32 litres on board. As he comes up to, is that Smolder? It must be, because it's the only yellow Corvette remaining. As we are getting towards the 75% stage. Less than 35 minutes to go, so getting close to 75% race distance fatigue will certainly be something our drivers need to consider. So Yorkie then is going to come over the line with 31.9, near down at 32 litres still in the tank. We'll see what he has when he comes around again. Lucas is 1.3 there, near enough behind him. Of course, the LMP1Hs do have a whacking great battery to deploy. Now, the LMP1s will definitely have to pit again. The Audis most certainly will, because they've only got around about 10 or 11 litres on. They have smaller tanks, but the fuel is supposed to last a bit longer. It has caught them out before. I would imagine all the LMPs are going to come in again. The race is indeed 2 hours. So we are getting towards the final 30 minutes, as you can see at the top. Through the Schumacher races again. Oh, steady, Yorkie. Yorkie won the opening round in Monza by playing an absolute blinder of a strategy. Exit of the pit curve. Lucas is not wanting to let go of the back of that Toyota, and Warntide gained a full second on Lucas last time around, and that gap is less than 5.5 now, so Lucas is going to have some work to do whether he likes it or not. Yeah, I know exactly what you mean there, really. So he gets a little bit of slipstream from the back of the M6. Come on, fuel. There we go. So he was down at 30 litres as Yorkie crossed the line. So that was pretty much 2 litres on the nose for Yorkie. He will have to come in again. So all of the LMP1s, unless someone's on a very strange strategy. Berserker won't have to come in again because he has already been in for his last stop. Spud will have to. Lou has just been in, so Lamadou won't have to come in again. Garkey definitely won't because he's already been through, and Brazantic's already been through. So our top LMPs will have to come in again, and here we go. This is for the lead at the moment. close. Yorkie deploying that Kurz energy to keep the Audi behind. Of course, the only people that know their fuel amounts are the drivers themselves. The competitors don't know what fuel amounts anyone else is on unless it's been announced. Again, it looks like the tail just bounces out from Lucas from that point of view. It might actually be fine. 3. Kumo and bit curve once again. Is Lucas going to come in now? Oh, dumps the battery again on the exit of the bit curve through Hatzbergsborgen. Into the Vidal. Oh, that's Astrid Aslani. That's an unfortunate place to catch an LMP2. No, Lucas is not coming in this time. And Astrid Aslani doesn't want anything to do with that. Oh, that was a big snap of oversteer from the Toyota. No, that could be the wrong way to go. Yep, I thought you'd have to do that, Lucas. He went to make the move and found a Porsche there. That was CBW that they have just gone past. Through the Mercedes arena once more. Lucas has just not relented that pressure from Yorkie whatsoever. But worn tyre is still looming in the background. You just saw him, I think, at the top of the shot, unless that was Astrid Aslani. Maybe would have been. Where is worn tyre? Oh, there it. No, it was. There was Astrid Aslani, but worn tyre is right there as well. Oh, he had to get out of the gas. It's going to cost him a fair chunk of time. Now gotten through gotten past the LMP2. That definitely cost worn tyre a bit of time there. The Schumacher enters once again, and so Lucas has been kind of dumping the battery on the exit of the bit curve. Going to get up back on board with the Audi. He's gone for an earlier apex and dumps the battery. There you go. You can see just how he takes off from the mark. Just on the inside of Hatzbergsburg and flies through into the race lead. And that is finally job done from Lucas. Is he going to come in now, or does he want to get some clear air? Oh, and that's slow through the Vidal, and Yorkie nearly pushes him along. Yorkie has a look on the inside of the Coca-Cola curve. He stays on the inside line. Has he got any curves left to try and do anything on the start finish straight? The Audi does, and jumps back up into the lead. Lucas is now your race leader. There in the background is worn tyre. Yorkie has a look on the inside of turn 1. Is he late on the brakes? No, not quite. Now is the time when they're going to get very, very racy. They don't really have time on their hands, and Yorkie trying an outside move through turn 2. It's not really going to make that one pay off. The corner's simply too long for that. Through 3, through 4, through 5. And the Toyota just hanging onto the back. I would imagine Yorkie would probably hazard the guess that Lucas has got to come in again. Berserker is only 11 seconds behind this battle. So he absolutely will retake the lead when these two come in. Unless worn tyre suddenly becomes a fairly immovable object, but they are about 6 seconds apart, so that's not really very likely. And I've also just realised that looking back at our GTEs, bearing in mind Marauder was closing in on Andrex constantly last time we looked at him, they're now about 4 seconds apart in Andrex's favour. Oh, Zenny gets a penalty. Naughty boy Zenny. Where are you? A 2-second penalty for Zenny. To the Vidal. And still no sign of a pit stop then from Lucas. Yorkie hanging on to the back of him. If he was looking to try and break away from Yorkie, it's not working. Screaming on down the start finish straight again. There is worn tyre in the background. He's lost some time this lap. 37.2 from Lucas. 39.1 from worn tyre. Oh, and that's deep for Yorkie. Nearly catches the back of the Audi. That Toyota is squarely Berserker now less than 10 seconds behind this battle. He is pressing a 35.7 from Berserker. And that's one way to take turn 3. Unless you've burnt your tyres down to ash, then you shouldn't really need to take the corner sideways. much fuel does one tyre have? He has 22.5 litres left. Yorkie losing a bit of time to Lucas this time. Might be recharging the battery, maybe just backing off, realising it's pointless to fight him that hard. Gambling on the fact that he'll have to come in, but Yorkie will have to come in for a splash and dash as well. Unless he is seriously looking to fuel save in the closing stage of the race. I doubt it, because he would have to be very, very slow indeed. Is Lucas going to come in this time? 3.5 litres in the tank. He doesn't. He'll get another lap out of that quite comfortably. Oh, Spudbusters! Faced it the wrong way. He's got a bit wide on the exit of the Dunlop curve. Gone onto the dust. And that spat him out and put him into the wall. Or close to the wall at least. So that's Llama Louie up to 5th then. Well, thank you there, Just Hero. Welcome to the stream as well. I'm not sure how long you've been. So that's very kind of you, sir. That's thank you very much for that. That's very much appreciative. Know exactly what you mean there, Stevie. 25 minutes to go. Lucas leads then by around about 1.2. He's catching the lead back. And that is Spud bringing his car in. I suspect that is damage related after seeing him facing the wrong way. Oh, that's going to be bad. Oh, Andrex has slammed into the front rather of the Porsche. Oh no! It was TBW made a big mistake and stalled as well on that last turn. Oh no! A potential podium then for Andrex is gone. Oh, second position in the podium at least. So what's the gap? Marauder is 21 seconds ahead of Smolder. So Smolder will get that third spot, absolutely certain. Oh, Andrex, you did nothing wrong. Lucas is in. Oh, goodness me. How quickly things change. Berserker has a penalty, he does indeed. 1 second. Oh, it's 2 seconds now. Yorkie then resumes the lead against Marzani. One tyre is only 3.5 seconds behind, but Berserker is only 2.5 seconds behind these pair. Berserker did a 41 last time, so a mistake there. Lucas takes on 31 litres. That could be pushing it, but I said that before and been proved wrong. So, mind you, the Audis are better for fuel efficiency. So, on he goes. And there is the wounded Aston of Andrex. Marauder is already through. Andrex is going to be in the pits for a while. He's guaranteed to be higher than 6, considering TBW was the one that he clunked into. Oh! Andrex is looking to continue? Well, it could be that he thinking that repairing the damage would simply take too long. Oh wow, that's a busy bit of track! On board with N Power is at the back of... Look at that! That's the busiest bit of track we've seen for quite some time. That's Berserker, I think, that's stuck behind Smolder. It is. Oh! That could have been nasty. That was one tyre bouncing off of Spud, I think. It was. Spudbuster got a little bit kind of caught out there. I don't think he was expecting that particular move. Berserker then through this particular traffic now on one tyre's case. One tyre, he's got 17 litres of fuel, so he doesn't have to kind of do any. He doesn't have to worry about the fuel just yet, but he could try and hold up Berserker to try and allow Yorkie to get away. That's how much of a team game one time wants to play. TBW has made it back to the pits and is likely to be there for a while. And chooses to continue, probably just seeing how the car feels. imagine he was a little less than impressed by that particular set of events. Oh, Berserker again, channeling his inner Red Bull there. He's not running traction control, it's worth noting. The LMPs do have, the LMP1s have traction control, no ABS in these things. And again, this is putting it up to no. Go on board with it, we will be able to see. Like I say, I can't take the interface away, so we can't fully see the wheel, but we'll be able to see a fair amount of opposite lock going on, it seems. Into the V-dot. There's the Aston again. It didn't seem to get an awful lot of traction on the exit of the Coca-Cola curve. TPW now back underway and it's looking to continue. See, as soon as we go on board with Berserker, he stops drifting it. It's a bit of a shame. Now that I've come out of the car, he will look to do it, which remains about... low, what did I say? What did I say? 26 seconds behind is Lucas, so 2 Audis have pitted. Oh, that's Marauder. This is what it feels like when you have a pair of screaming LMPs coming past you in a GTE car. Again, Marauder did the right thing, he just kept level-headed, didn't panic. Oh! Getting very squirrely. He wants to get back up into the lead, but Warm Tyre is doing exactly what he thought he might. He's actually holding Berserker up. Whether that was an agreed strategy between the two Toyota drivers, we don't know. That is allowing Yorkie to kind of get away. Although actually saying that last time around, they were both quicker than Yorkie, so if that is the intent, it's not quite working, but we'll see what the lap times are this time. Oh, Warm Tyre defending pretty well. Berserker could not get the traction he needed on the exit of the V-dot chicane. Coca-Cola curve. Dump the battery. No, I don't think there was too much curves actually used by Berserker. Maybe just be biding his time. And there you go, 36.6 from Yorkie. There we go, opposite lock once again coming into turn 1. It got a little bit messy for Berserker there coming on the exit of that turn. Oh, that's wide from Warm Tyre. Now 7 seconds separates these guys and Yorkie. Yorkie is away and pressing on like mad. He's got a fair amount of fuel left in the tank. Well, if they're listening to me, they're more than welcome to, but I'm not being held responsible for any distractions. Oh, Warm Tyre's lost the position. As I looked away to Yorkie, Warm Tyre has unfortunately lost second position to Berserker. Will the Toyota be able to do anything about it? All depends on whether Berserker makes a mistake. Less than 20 minutes to go, and that was someone parked on the grass. I think that was someone getting out of the way. That would be TPW in the rear-range Porsche. Oh, Bo. Yeah, unfortunately, we did see you parked on facing the wrong way. There's Astrid Aslani. Brings in the second LMP2. There goes Yorkie. There's Berserker. There he is. He is absolutely left. Warm Tyre for dead. 1.7 between the two now. Well, they can have the live stream on. It would be an interesting addition to their race, I suppose. Wow, a 36.4 coming out of Berserker, but we did see him with a 35 earlier on. And Astrid Aslani taking on a fair amount of... Well, he took on enough fuel, just under 29 litres for the LMP2. I wonder whether, as Yorkie has lost his rear gunner, I wonder he's going to come in sooner rather than later. He's got no one ahead of him for a while. we will see what the endurance veteran chooses to do. Yorkie, one of our GT3 commentators, he's commentated Tier 1 in place of me this season. Here in Fizzy reunited, the original Tier 1 commentators for GT3. I like your thinking there, Race Car Lock. Good call. Interesting. New personal best there for Yorkie with that 36.5. Brzanczyk just saw at the corner of the shot. There he is. 36.1 for Berserker. 37.6 for Warm Tyre. 3 seconds now the gap between second and third. No, drivers cannot see each other's fuel amounts. They can only see their own. So unless it's announced to them in some way, they will not know what fuel amount anyone else is running. Although these guys would have tried out the cars. They kind of have an idea on how long X person's been close to them, and therefore their own fuel amount. So they'll kind of have a rough guess on where anybody else is. Says me, I've never driven an endurance race, but I've driven the cars, and you do get a rough idea. As I've said before, I have been asked numerous times, would I prefer to drive? And I have driven a few leagues, but I'm not the greatest of drivers, so I stick behind the microphone. Drivers have the ability to watch the stream whilst driving, then, well, all credit to them, but if they end up in the wall as a result, it's entirely their own fault. Yorkie presses on, then just over 10 litres left in the tank, under 15 minutes to go here at Nurburgring for this 2-hour race. 5.7 there or thereabouts. What is it when they come over the line? It's just under that with a 35.4, new fastest lap then from Berserker. He's been an absolute man on a mission to close in on that race lead. But as we saw with Andrex, all it takes is one mistake for that all to just completely undo. Andrex is losing about 4 seconds a lap with that damage. Lost 4 seconds last time around. I wouldn't be at all surprised if that's a constant loss there or thereabouts. About 10 laps left. Yep, I'd say that's a pretty decent guess. And Yorkie will need to come in for a splash and dash. That in the background is not Berserker, not second place. That is more likely to be Spudbuster or Brzanczyk. Not those two. It's Garkey. Forgotten where Garkey was. There you see in the background is Berserker. There's Smolder at the bottom of the shot. Through Hanspersborgen again. Berserker flies past Garkey without any bother at all. Oops, bit of wheel spin on the exit of the Vidal. I don't recall if... and another fastest lap at 35.4 from Berserker. Warm Tyre is in. He's opted to bring in his car for the splash and dash he needs. See what the penalties stand at. 2 seconds for Berserker, 2 seconds for Lucas, 5 seconds for Lama, 5 for Garkey, 11 now for Spud, 3 for Brzanczyk, 1 for Astrid Aslani, 3 for M-Power, and 1 for Andrex still. I'm stunned by Berserker's pace in the closing phase of this race. He's been so fast as he catches up now to... Oh, wow, that's squirrely. Flies past M-Power and Andrex. Oh, it's going to put him slightly offline for the Dunlop curve. It's fairly common for endurance races to get the penalties because they're pushing for so hard for so long. Yeah, Berserker is just... Oh, Berserker must have had a slowdown there because he just suddenly slammed on the anchors. Interesting. Lucas is now 30 seconds or so behind Berserker. Steady. Bit of an odd one there for Berserker. My only assumption is he had a slowdown penalty he didn't want to pick up. He already has 2 seconds. Yorkie continuing. You have probably 2-3 laps at best before he has to come in. As he wishes to park at the side of the road. 37.4, 39.5. This absolutely is Berserkers to lose, Stevie. You're absolutely right. Oh, hello, Hunter. I didn't spot you in the chat. Mind you, I don't have a list of who's actually in the chat, so welcome to you. You should be in front of the camera, sir. No, Berserker won't have to bid again. He's got 20 litres on board. He's absolutely flat out until the end. Yorkie will have to come in again. Water tyre's already been in. So 10 seconds behind Lucas. So there might, depending on Water tyre's pace, because Water tyre had some pretty damn impressive pace as well. There may well be a battle for third brewing. But it's going to take a colossal mistake from Berserker for him to lose this one. There's Berserker in our championship. Quick look. Oh, no, wait, because I closed the tab. Oh, I didn't reopen it once the stream was resumed. It's going to be close between Yorkie and Lucas. Yorkie continues again with TBW right in his face. That's the last thing Yorkie wanted. That streams on past the portion out. There is Berserker again. What's his lap this time? A 35.4 again. Not only is he godlike quick, but he's consistent with it as well. Oh, that's... Again, very squirrely from the Audi, jumps on the inside of TBW's Porsche, and again he's getting the drifting going. Really does not need to push that hard, but again it's difficult to know what anyone else's fuel strategy is unless you've been really, really closely monitoring when people have been in the pits. Oh, Smolder is on the case of Andrex now. This has been coming for a while. With Andrex losing good 3 to 4 seconds a lap. Corvette will demote the coordinator out of the podium position unless he just to sit there and push him, which I highly doubt he would. Again, mean that not in a disrespectful way, but it would be his position well earned. Will Yorkie come in again? He will certainly do another lap with the fuel he's got on board. Looks like he's going to. That's another lap. Oh, that was Berserker jumping around Astrid Aslani. Less than 2 seconds between the top two now. 36.4 against 37.9. Really what Lucas's time is. That's the one we really need to keep an eye on as far as the battle for second is concerned. 34 seconds, give or take, between first and third. Oh, Lucas has lost a fair bit of time on this lap. Oh, again kicking the tail out of the Audi. 7.5 minutes to go. Oh my God, Berserker is pushing so hard, and such Andrex is doing what he can to defend against the Corvette. He's very much a sitting duck. That is my favourite GTE engine noise, that Corvette. And a pretty straightforward pass for Smolder. There was no way Andrex could defend against it, and he knew it. Well, both of them would have known it. Where is Yorkie now? There he is. He's got to bring it in this time. He won't make it around again unless he just lives on the battery pack. In he comes. Moment of truth then. Has he done enough to secure second? Berserker, before Yorkie's even got anywhere near the pit stalls, Berserker resumes the lead with a 1:36 flat. 15 litres in the tank, 6 and a bit minutes to do. The only man that can defeat him is himself now. Where is Lucas? He's there. He's coming up to the VDOL. TBW ahead of him. Yorkie will sit there for 0.8 of a litre left in the Toyota. He has stopped. Fuel man teleports in. Oh, I was just thinking, please don't tell me you came away with 5 litres. He's going to do it. Is he going to do it? There is Lucas. He has. Yorkie has come out in second, but there is nothing between them. Absolutely nothing between. 2.5 seconds is all that separates the Audi and the Toyota, and 5.5 minutes for Yorkie to hang on to that lead. 3 laps at best. No, 4 laps at best, sorry. Bad maths. There is Berserker working his way through the traffic. 32-second lead over this man. But he has got his mirrors full enough, or rear-facing camera at least. He knows that Audi is there, and he'll know how quick that Audi is. Warm time is 13 seconds behind Lucas. He's out of that particular running unless Lucas has a problem. All of the pit stop, all of the pit crew looks strange from a spectator's camera of their Boomer squad. So that's just how they look to me, as opposed to how they look to the drivers. Less than 2 seconds already between the Audi and the Toyota. 4.5 minutes to go. Lucas very much eyes on the prize, a decent haul of points for him. As a Berserker has started lap 70. 37.7 for our race leader, 36.2 for Lucas. This has been very much in the hands of Audi, with Toyota doing what they can to take the fight to them. Yeah, Porsche, sadly, we haven't seen a lot of them for quite some time. We'll just have a quick check-in with everybody else. Warm tyre, we haven't looked at for a while. I'd say he's around about 12 seconds behind. The warm tyre there is Lama Louie, who's a couple of laps. Oh, hello. Already we've got the marker on. Yorkie's had a bad run. Oh, he got stuck behind Astrid Aslani. Coming through 6 and 7. I was going to check in where everybody else is, but already the battle for second is on. Lucas a little bit deep into the Dunlop curve, but didn't lose anywhere near as much time as Yorkie. That has made this battle become much quicker, and that's the last thing Yorkie needed. It's exactly what Lucas wanted, though. First place has 2 seconds worth of penalties, so he's very much in the clear as far as being in danger of his position is concerned. Through the Bitka, then through Hansbergsborgen. Meanwhile, Zenny is leading his class by 4 minutes. Absolutely he is. He's leading a class of 2, which again sounds hideously disrespectful, but even when the LMP2 class was pretty well stocked, Zenny was dominating that particular class, so he's been unchallenged in the LMP2 class pretty much all season long. 2.5 minutes just over remains. As Astrid Aslani brings his car in again. He's guaranteed a second. Oh, warm tyre gets a whole bundle of track limit warning. I think that's just the... did he get a penalty there? A 15-second penalty. That will almost certainly be appealed. Because he got that, as you can see by the race speed box, he got it all at one go. So he will appeal that. Two minutes left. Berserker leads by nearly 33 seconds. Lucas is staying around about that second mark behind Yorkie rather. right words, wrong order again. Well, trying to form the words, I should say. What has Lucas got left in the tank? What has Yorkie got to defend with? Oh, jumping around a Porsche. You make a good point there, Reading FC. We are on our final lap, I would think. Unless Berserker manages just to beat the flag. We will see then, with less than a minute to go, where Berserker is when the checkered flag falls. And again, that Toyota getting a bit squirrely. Coming through turn 1, Lucas keeping the pressure on. Lucas has just had the pace in the points where he needs it, but he's just made those few mistakes through the race that could well have cost him that second podium spot. Through 4 and 5 again, streaming on down to 6. Oh, wow, that's very deep for Lucas. Oh, it's, yeah, that definitely cost him a bit of pace. But remains in that striking position. But the checkered flag is going to come out now, and Berserker coming around the final turn. Your winner here in Nurburgring by 30 seconds or thereabouts is going to be the Audi of Berserker, but the battle for second rages on between the Toyota and the Audi. There is Andrex and the wounded Aston. Continuing to pick up engine damage, I would imagine. Into Vidal, 1.2 between the two. Yorkie just has to keep it on the black stuff, and he'll certainly have the position. Yeah, but I think Lucas has realised that. He's not going to go for a big move, but second place goes to the Toyota of Yorkie, and there is a celebrating Berserker. Lucas is going to take third. Fair play to you. Zenny, of course, is the winner up. Oh, that's one way to make an entrance. Zenny, of course, takes the win of the LMP2s. Astrid Aslani is still pressing on, but he will take second in the LMP2s. Empower takes the win, a very dominant win in the GTEs in the Corvette. Can't tell that from there, but that is what he is in. Then it is Marauder. He's going to be in second in the M6 with Smolder in the Corvette already over the line in third. Andrex with what remains of that Aston in fourth. F1 Racer 5 and TBW. TBW is actually going to be the last man over the line in that very reshapen Porsche. Well, what a race it has been. Hoo-wee! Absolutely amazing effort by our drivers. Again, I apologise for the broken stream this evening. Family emergency arose that only I was home to deal with, but as soon as I stopped the stream, my wife came home. So I handed the emergency over to her and came back to complete the stream. What incredible pace by Berserker, though. Into the mid-135s by the end. And there it is, your confirmed finishes. 135.4 by Berserker was the fastest lap in the LMPs. Yorkie 2, Lucas 3, Warnside 4, Lama Louis 5, Esgarki 6, Spud 7, and Brzanchik rounding out the LMP1s. Zenny and WhatsApp are only surviving LMP2s. And Empower, Marauder, Smolder, Andrex, F1 Racer, and TBW are remaining GTEs. Oh, wow. What an incredible race that has been. It has been amazing to have them. I'm just looking through Discord, seeing if anybody is going to make themselves available. I don't like just grabbing people, especially after an endurance event, because it has been so long since they've been, how long they've actually been running for. So I don't like just grabbing them, as I would imagine at this point they want to kind of just chill and enjoy. Is Yorkie Polish? Not that I'm aware of. Has he got the wrong flag on? Hadn't actually looked. No, that is his. Oh yeah, he has got the Polish flag over there. I was looking at his avatar there. He's got the Polish. Oh well, maybe he's moved. Oh. Well, I'm going to call it a day at this particular point, unless our drivers... Oh, Andrex has actually made himself available for interview. Let's have a quick word with him. Hello, Andrex. You survived.
Yeah, just about.
How are you feeling? You were distinctly rough at the beginning.
Yeah. I threw up before the start.
Oh.
Before we actually got going, which was fine, but there was a random 205 lap in there where I had to semi-pull over a little bit and find the ball again, but it was alright, not too bad. The worst part was actually weaving and warming the tyres during the formation lap. That was not very nice. Yeah,
I can imagine.
It was okay. It was okay. It was going considerably better than I was expecting, to be fair.
Again?
I know, I don't understand. I think these guys are just giving me positions. I think they're playing nice. Yeah, we managed to steal second after the pit. And we were kind of just holding our own. Weren't really pulling away from the M6 so much, but we were kind of keeping the gap. And then a random 911 appeared. I don't know if that was caught or not. But,
I'm afraid it was, yes.
Yeah.
We weren't looking at you, we were looking at who was pitting at the time, and then suddenly, explosion.
Yeah, so it's racing. It's an accident, it's nobody's fault. It's fine, it happens. It was looking good for a second place. I had no tyres left whatsoever at the end, but, and I was contemplating going in and fixing and putting some tyres on at the end there, but it was I wasn't in the right state of mind to be doing maths, to be honest, but trying to figure out how much slower I am a lap, how many laps were left, and what was the worst, what was the best option. I just thought I'll just stay out. I was guaranteed to lose third, but it was a case of whether I could hold fourth or not. I didn't know how far back F1 was, so just decided to go with it and see what happens at the end.
Well, fair play to you for sticking it out so long with how rough you were feeling.
All good.
We have a few other people wanting to join us. Not our winners. It's Berserker, and he isn't. That's why he's not making himself. Oh yes, he is. He's already in the ready interview box. Let's pull everybody over. Let's see if we're going to interrupt some conversations going on here. No, they've been sat there waiting. Damn you! You always spoil my fun. I always try and interrupt the conversation going on. So we have a few people. We have got Berserker, Llama Louie, Zenny, and Yorkie. I want to have a quick word with Zenny first of all. You had no one from your class to race pretty much all race long.
Yeah. I don't know, like there's only like a very little LMP2 to start with, and like all of them just disconnected, and it was me and one other guy just driving around for 2 hours. But you stuck it out. Fair play to you. I mean, again, before the race began, were you pretty confident? You are rather sharp in these LMP2s. Yeah, I don't know. I was kind of confident. Like I knew that like Scott and Ulti weren't going to be there, so kind of like, well, they're like my main rivals. So I kind of knew that it should be a little easier, but like I still did a decent amount of practice and still tried hard and didn't relax or be cocky or anything. Fair play to you, and of course a class win out of 2 is still a class win nonetheless, so good on you, Zenny. Well done to you. Llama Louie, I haven't spoken to you before, so welcome to you. How was that one for you? It looks like you had a few issues at some point in your race, but how did that one go from your perspective?
I don't know, it was touch and go really. I didn't expect the tyre wear to drop as much as it did. I expected maybe to go, if not the full race, at least longer on the front tyres than I did, but I just didn't have the pace to keep up with any of the top guys. I mean, they were all ridiculously fast. They had the strategies right and absolutely everything, but yeah, and there were times in corners where I just had no traction and just span. I think that had a big impact on my pace really, because I just couldn't keep it in a straight line realistically.
But you did well to keep it on the straight and narrow throughout the race. So well done to you. And we hope to see you more towards the sharper end as the season continues.
Thank you.
Yorkie!
Hi.
Glad to see you in the comm box once again, sir.
Hi.
You had some fun out there. Well, it looked like it.
Yeah, that was a pretty tough and intense one. In hindsight, I wish I did some more full stint practice. Didn't quite realise that the fuel would go quite that far, and we were very, very close to being able to do it on a one stop. There was a point in the second stint after the first stop where I was fuel saving for about 10 minutes, and then it got to around 50 minutes to go, and I realised that it's probably not going to be worth it or really possible to stretch the second stint out that far, so basically pushed on from there on in. But if we didn't have quite as many disconnects and I did some fuel saving in the first stint, I probably could have just done the one stop. But either way, strategy worked out pretty nice, and yeah, got some interesting battles in with Lucas. It was good fun racing him.
Awesome, yeah, it was great fun from our perspective. So, yeah, where was your confidence level before this particular race? Were you kind of hoping that the one stop would work, or were you kind of thinking I could possibly stick it to them even on the two stop?
We did some real quick calculations, and just like at full twack, we knew that we weren't going to be able to do the one stop. But yeah, and obviously in hindsight, when you actually factor in traffic and stuff, things are a little bit different. So we weren't really looking to do the one stop initially. It wasn't until it actually came to the race situation that I wanted to do that.
I see. Well done on another very strong results, and looks
Thank
like
you.
the LMP1 title is going to go all the way to the end, which is always good to see, and glad to see you well in the mixture.
Yeah, I know. I've had 2 races out, which I feel has kind of put me on the back foot quite heavily, but I'm glad I'm still getting decent results. A couple of podiums here and there to kind of keep us in it and keep it.
And finally, we have our race winner Berserker in with us. My God, you were fast.
Well, the Audi is quite fast.
Yep, 35.4 was your fastest lap, and I can comfortably tell you no one was anywhere near it.
I was pushing quite hard at some points to, that's essentially had a good start, and then about 20 minutes in decided it'd be a good idea to have a spin in turn 3, or 4, whatever turn it was. I had 5 front aero damage, so one tyre decided to then push, which was scary, and then it caught me, and I pitted. My strategy going into the race was non-existent, so midway through the race I decided I'm just going to get to the first stop, fuel, no tyres, because the Audi's usually okay on tyres, but on this track for whatever reason you got halfway through your tyres in about 5 minutes.
Oh,
so that was fun. I came out of the pits and then managed to make my dead tyres last until I essentially double stinted the tyres, which was very surprising.
Wow.
Which then gave me a fresh set of tyres and a full tank to go absolutely ballistic on the car for the last stint. And then, yeah, I'm assuming you saw what happened.
We were rather interested in that, yes. Again, unfortunately, for personal reasons, I had to restart the stream, and because I did that, my race feed box was working, and it was up fast as that. I was like, my God, man!
No, I got very lucky that Yorkie didn't have that little bit of fuel needed to finish the race, but at the same time, I was definitely catching you, Yorkie. I know that. I don't know if it would have been enough, and I know you've got defensive skills, so I don't think it would have been very touch and go, especially with a 2-second track limit penalty.
I think you probably would have had me, considering the pace that you had. I was getting pretty nervous when Lucas was coming up behind in the last couple of laps. So certainly feeling the pressure there. I don't know what it would have been like if I was on for that one stop and in that position.
Yeah. Shame Endless wasn't in the race to get a good team result, but I think we should still be in the lead of the team's championship. So I think we had like an 11-point lead or something coming into this race. So I managed to get some form of points to consolidate towards that. But
that you certainly did. You certainly did. And that is going to be it for this particular one. Thank you very much to those that have been with us throughout the stream in its 2 stints. Again, I apologise for the break in the middle. But thank you very much to our drivers that have put on an amazing show. Thank you very much to AOR sponsors. It is always a great pleasure to have you all on board. We will be back in 2 weeks' time for Indianapolis. And until then, thank you very much and good night.
No.